It's not really about me. It's about like the gift and how I can impact people positively.
Yeah.
I want people to specifically leave this show feeling moved at possibility. We'll get to that later.
It's your host back with another episode of the Serious Podcast, y'all. And we have a special guest. We have a great guest. And it's Women's International Month, Women's Appreciation Month, y'all. And we have a lovely vocalist here, down here in Miami, y'all. It's a mouthful. I'm super excited for y'all to witness and watch this episode. We have the jazz vocalist, actress. She does it all, y'all. Like, come on. We have the vibrant Marlo Vashti of man. She does it all, y'all. I'm super because the conversation we're gonna have with her, y'all. Let me just give it. Let's make some noise for Miss Marlo Vashti, y'all. Come on.
Wow. Oh, thank you. No, I actually need the soundbite of my intro of you gassing me up like that.
You see, hold up, y'all. We about to.
That's good stuff.
Clip it.
Rewind.
Exactly, clip it. And Marlo, thank you for
Jason.
Thank you for being a guest on the podcast. Our first, I guess we bumped into each other. It was at a Film Centric event, and I guess you're one of the actors on there as well with your vocals on there, y'all. And from there, you were like, oh wow, like great person, great work that she's doing as well, y'all. And then from there, she started doing more projects, more stuff.
Yes.
Like recently,
our worlds started colliding more and more.
Exactly. And then from there, I went to her current residency at the Sandrell Theater here in Miami. Her Blue Notes Survival Standards.
Blue Notes Standards and Survival.
Oh, Blue Notes Standards and Survival. Y'all, hold up, y'all. Because y'all got to get there.
Yeah.
She has her current residency there, and she ended Black History Month on a high note, literally. So there's so much we got to cover. So much things. Her latest residency, her work, her journey to who she is. And so let's get to it. I'm talking too much, y'all.
Man.
So
thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, like what you're doing, we're just bringing more awareness to what you already got going on. So let's get into it. So Marlo, can you just tell us like the journey, like the beginning for you? Like when did you first like decided you wanted to be an actress, singer? When did you want to get in the arts?
So when I first wanted to get into the arts, I have like distinct memories of childhood, watching things like the Cheetah Girls, being very inspired, specifically by Miss Nina Simone's performance, but also her character, the ambition, the music. So I really enjoyed like witnessing some like powerful, confident young women. Like they weren't worried about boys or any other thing. It was their friendship and their art they created. So it was around that time, maybe I was like 10, seeing that I saw that art was something interesting and exciting. And then it wasn't really until I would say middle school when all of my friends had a passion. Yeah. And they were either dancers or they were into sports, and I recognized the value of having something that you really love. Sports was not it for me at the time.
You like that?
Dancing was not really my thing at the time. I'm much better now.
Get him.
Okay.
Yep.
And on the court too. But anyways, neither here nor
shots.
there.
What?
Okay. But I say all that to say, like, my middle school had a drama class elective, and even though I was a very shy girl, very, very reserved, I decided to try it out, and I surprisingly really loved getting on stage and being silly and making people laugh and playing. Like, that opened a new world for me. And it helped me find my voice. And so it was then middle school that I had a love for acting and performing. And my parents were like, what is she doing? She's so quiet. Like, it was so unlike me. But I continued to do that. And my school that I was going to, they happened to have a conservatory program in the high school.
Sweet.
That you could audition for. So I decided to audition for our arts conservatory acting program when I was in 8th grade, and I got in. And so that just meant like I had a high school class where we were like our concentration was acting, yeah. And we would compete, stuff like that, and that set me on the track to continue acting.
Yep.
Singing wasn't really a thing for me yet at that point until after I graduated high school, after I graduated college. So I went to Florida Atlantic University.
Shout out, I'm an owl too.
Go Owls! Hoot! You know, what a experience. But I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting at FAU, and even then I dabbled then in some musical theater and singing, but I actually was so insecure and not used to my voice.
Yep.
My voice didn't sound like the music I was hearing or my peers, and that made me really self-conscious.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until after I graduated college that I had the opportunity to sing a song in a production that I was cast in, and I didn't want to have anything limit me as a performer. So I realized, like, I need to get over this fear of singing. I have to.
Yeah.
And
it's real.
Yeah, I kept doing it, and I found that love, that same Cheetah Girls love that I had back when I was 10.
Gotta strut.
Gotta strut like you mean it, Jason. That's what's missing in our culture today. Anyways.
Yeah, no.
That was how I started.
No, that's amazing. And one thing I really took away from that is that moment, that pivot, that switch in your head where you were like, I shouldn't limit myself. Like, I should sing. Like, let's do it. And whatever happens. Like, what did that look like that when that happened, that switch for you to be like, let me do more singing. Let me use my vocals more.
Man, it was so uncomfortable. It was filled with many times me pulling up to rehearsal like an hour and a half early, being nervous in my car, singing the song over and over again. Surprisingly enough, it was a Billie Holiday song that I sing currently in my one-woman show.
Full circle.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, so it was very uncomfortable, but I knew I had to put myself out there. So I did. I started singing more, and that looked like even maybe like sharing a video of me singing, or what else? How else did I do this? Oh, like putting myself out there. So like going to different places to have different gigs.
Sweet.
You know, and it was such an interesting experience. There was a period where like people would say, "Oh, you sound so beautiful." And I couldn't accept it to be true. I didn't believe it for myself. I thought everybody was just being nice.
Yep.
And then it's at some point it's like, okay, I have to hang up that story.
You're like, I does this now. Like, okay.
Yeah, I have to believe in myself. Like, this is part of that journey of like, I don't want it to limit me. I don't want to be afraid of it. But I also not only just don't want to be afraid of it, I want to be able to own it.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
And
so now
I am
a vocalist.
Yes, and now I finally I've freshly entered this phase of embracing and owning, and it feels like acceptance and flow. I'm not so nervous now to sing for people. Like, I've removed myself from that equation finally. Like, it's not really about me. It's about like the gift and how I can impact people positively with it. And that's a great thing. Yeah. And lucky me for finding that. Truly, I'm grateful for it all.
Oh, that's beautiful, because with your vocals, your performance, when you're acting, you're giving people an experience. You're taking them to a space or a place where, you know, getting them away from work and all these distractions, but you just put them in a space where they could just be entertained. So that's beautiful. And so like once you realized you enjoyed being a performer, how was that? I guess, what did that work look like to improve your craft and just become a better actress, singer, vocalist? What did that look like?
Oh, such a great question. What I love about being an actress, like that's really my foundation, is my acting. That's what I started doing the longest and most of my training in. It's such a human arts, like we're literally just being each other for each other to watch and view. So a lot of human behavior and honestly the same with music and songwriting on all of it. And I'm saying that to say is that it requires all of me to develop. And so that looks like right now, like I'm definitely in my physical fitness era of my life and I'm loving it. And now it's like a lifestyle for me. But a lot of what's encouraged that is my career in acting and singing as well, because acting is such a physical job. Like
especially
theater.
if you don't got a stunt double.
If you ain't got no stunt double, and you know the stunt double budget it's really large. I hope to get there one day, but actually I hope to be able to do my stunts. But it is like
take your own bumps.
Yeah, it's physically demanding. So that looks like taking care of myself, like exercising. But then it also looks like voice lessons, listening to the music. So I'm a jazz vocalist. So I study a lot, and studying for me is listening to the jazz music of that time, how they sing. For acting, it's literally performing, like being in shows and productions, the rehearsal process, making the most of that rehearsal process, asking my director questions, seeing other theater, seeing other art makes me better. And I always watch it with an eye of how can I learn from this. And that's how I consume most art. So it's always like
what's your takeaway from it? What did you like learn or like see what you could implement in your practice? Yeah,
it's like, you know, I'm seeing somebody's idea fully realized. And so I do think about, I wonder why they chose this lighting or this angle, or why this actor chose to smile when he said that line. Things like that really make me curious, and that curiosity forces me to dig deeper in my own craft.
That sounds like you've seen a lot and you've taken a lot and you practiced a lot as well. And so from where you are now, do you remember like your first gig, like your first acting role, or like the first role that you ever did and you're like, oh shoot, like you killed it, or you were like, I could have
oh my gosh,
this.
I have so many crazy stories. But one of my first acting role I do remember actually, and it was when I was in elementary school. And as I mentioned, I was very shy. Like I remember from a young age on the first day feeling nervous because I didn't want them to say my name during the attendance and like have to be like, here, I don't want to do that. I didn't want anybody to look at me. But I remember it was third grade. We were reading Sudoku and the Thousand Paper Cranes, which is a true story about this young Japanese girl who ended up having cancer. And the cancer was from the Hiroshima bomb. It was pollution that ended up that caused that for her. And she had made 1,000 paper cranes because I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like a folklore that if you made 1,000 paper cranes, then a wish will come true. There's like something about miracles and the cranes. So there's a play about her. And we read the book about her in third grade. And so we were going to do a play about Sudoku. And
you were Sudoku.
Now listen.
Oh, you were?
I was.
Landed the first big role like that.
I remember sitting on the carpet and they were like, and we will have as Sudoku Marlo. And everybody looked back at me. And I'm like, with my big eyes, like, me? But I guess she saw something in me. And also, there were no Japanese students in my class. I don't think, in retrospect, as an adult, I'm probably, there's a whole thing about cultural appropriation. But I was
adaptation.
8. All right. And so, we did the play at a Barnes & Noble's. My parents were very surprised that, like, I was given this role because they're like, aren't you scared? And I just wasn't. Like, I memorized my lines. I remember practicing. And that was that. That was my first role.
And from there, the rest is history.
Yeah. Took a little bit of a break until middle school, but yeah.
Oh, sweet. Nah, see, like, it all comes full circle.
It does.
Because what you're doing now, you're still in the art space, acting, singing, theater too.
Yes.
So with theater, and like now you're doing all of that. You're doing singing and you're acting as well. So, well, my question would be actually, let me get this right. What's like your most challenging, like as an actress and singer? What's the challenge balancing those two arts?
You know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a challenge balancing them, because really my goal is to have them embrace each other fully. So, because I think there's, like, my acting training has helped me tremendously be a storyteller as a singer, because truthfully, I haven't been performing professionally as a singer nearly as long as I have with acting professionally. But the importance of telling a story, of really connecting with somebody who's on stage with you or the person who's sitting in the audience, that helps me with my music. And I think I also write poetry, and so that lends itself into how I hold language, which helps my acting, but it also helps how I choose to sing a song. So I'm really looking to how I can connect them more. If I had to pick which one is more challenging, it's really hard to say, because they're both so challenging in different ways. I would say, like, acting, usually it's a more intense, longer challenge, because it's like a show I'm in, or there's a rehearsal process that's longer than performing music or recording music. But they both challenge me in different ways. Yeah.
And with the Blue Note Standards and Survival, you're doing exactly that, because you're performing. It's a mixture. It's everything. Like, and I could only imagine how the acting on there that you do, because you play. You basically cover two legendary jazz vocalists, Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald and Nina Simone also.
Come on, y'all.
Yes.
And y'all, this experience, super immersive. It's like, at this point, you thinking like, oh my God, was Marlo like possessed? Like, was she possessed by these legendary vocalists?
They were like, at first we were like, what is Marlo talking about? Like 1950 something. Right? Like, what is she talking about, girl? And then they're like, oh.
Yeah, and you mentioned the lynch part. I was like, oh, yes. Whoa, and then boom, falls straight into Blood on the Leaves. And you, like, your acting, we see it. We see it. You will have to see it. You will have to attend, because this is something special.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very special show for me. It's a debut show that I'm doing with the Sandrell Theater. I got accepted into their CAP residency. So basically, I'm an artist in residence, and I'm able to produce my work, my art. It's an amazing experience. I'm really grateful for that. And so Blue Note, Standards and Survivals, it's my one-woman show. It's whenever I think about my show, I'm like, is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Yep.
But it is high in the sky and bright. That's for sure. So it's like a musical, one-woman show.
It's your baby.
Yeah,
it's like your newborn. It's like,
yes. It's like a play, basically, where I'm performing songs in the style of Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, and Nina Simone, and also interacting with the audience as those women. And everything I say in that performance, like, are things that I've researched from their actual interviews. It's pulled from their actual live performances that I watched. Like, the way I curated the script itself, very intentional, because I wanted to give people an insight to the women behind the sound of these classic songs. And they had such big big personalities, and also huge stories, especially related to Black history and American history. So I really wanted to share
that. The time period too that they're in.
Yeah, the time period, we're talking about the Jim Crow era, 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and how Black people, Black women, even in fame, they were A-list stars and still experiencing incredible racism, and also still having such great sense of humor and insight on different things. So sharing that with the audience taking their mannerisms and maybe their tone and how they speak. That's all such yummy material for me, and that's all how this show is. Exactly. It's that journey through that very intimate. I'm taking you back to that time, and we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, and like you said, I can't even say it any better than you, because you really, like, she literally takes you in that time period, you guys. Like, you really feel like you're in front of Billie. You're like, Marlo, where'd you go? And it's just amazing. The band, too.
Oh,
shout out the band.
Let's get into the band. Like, really what adds to this incredible story and the storytelling of it is that musical component. So we do have an incredible band. We have keys, bass, trumpet, it's drums, of course. Like, the musicians are incredible. Shout out to Ricky and DP Soul and Charlemagne and Leo.
Yeah. Shout out to the crew, because it's an experience for sure. And just hearing how you really you study these artists. You really went to know their nuances and how they move, and like that's you really studied them.
It was really interesting. I was like, thank goodness I like this music, because sometimes you get tired of hearing a thing over and over again. But that's my method. Whether I'm learning lines in a play, I'll record myself saying the lines, listen to it over and over. Or if I'm learning music, I'm running that song back. And usually I get tired of it. But with this process, with this music, it's just so poignant.
Because these ladies are one of one.
They are one of one.
And so you really like submerge yourself. You put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, because honestly, like, respectfully speaking, Marlo can't do it all on her own. And like, that's the point of the acting. Like, I bring myself to it, and I'm a great vessel for it. But also the characters that we create, and luckily these are actual women, so I had a lot of material to pull from. Like, it's really them who take over. And I'm grateful for that, because I learned from that experience. It felt so good to sing as Nina Simone and feel her confidence, and like, I felt
proudness.
I felt myself holding myself in a posture that she holds herself in, but I don't hold that posture normally, and it felt so good. And like watching the video back of the performance, I'm like, wow. Like, I remember being there and like feeling really locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that. And a huge part of that is also the audience, like seeing y'all there, receiving it, being open, being willing to show up on a Friday, Saturday night to see some live theater in 2026.
Yeah. Like, shout out to the method acting right there. You really like,
you know, it was, I don't know, it was just, that's what we do it for, those like little sublime moments where we're really present. And it's like, oh, yes.
Capturing a moment. And so my follow-up question, well, you kind of covered it, but what did you like take away from like that whole experience of like, you know, literally submerging yourself and learning more about these artists in a deeper way so that you can, you know, do their justice, provide them justice in performing it?
I think that's something I'm still learning and still processing. But for sure, two of the first things that this like experience made me like learn or realize on a deeper level was one, that I have some level of perfectionism that I didn't really think I had, even though I care deeply about my work and do want to be excellent at everything I do. But I noticed, I was like, oh, I see that my brain is so quick to go on like, oh, how can I make this better? Like, how can I improve that? Which I love about myself, but I think there's balance. It's because what's also true is the second thing that this proved to me on a deeper level is just like the capacity of how far I can go. Because I'm so grateful for the resources and the support of how things worked out. And yet I'm like, this was like just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Like, you know, our first two audiences of this show, they're such a special group because they really did see the birth of something very new. And it's going to continue to grow. And that, like, doing it and having that experience and hearing people's feedback and them not even knowing what I have in store for the next one and the one after that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it really allowed me to see that, I can take this further. The dreams really can be as large as they want to be. It's one of those experiences.
Yeah. No, literally, wow. Where's the sound? No, where's the... You gotta do the whimsiness. Because that...
I wish I woke up like that.
Yeah, right? No, but...
Hey, you gonna hold on to that little sound? Thanks.
Oh, grab them all. Grab the fairy.
Run back the laughing track. I need some of those. People don't think I'm funny sometimes.
Not that one.
Thanks.
It's like, run it.
Saving it for later.
Yeah.
Somebody watching this like...
And they're like, they're going to start laughing as soon as they hear it. But, yeah, no, that's great. And, you just... You ended February, Black History Month, with the first two shows, of course, which was on the 28th and the 27th.
Yes.
And so now, there's more.
Now there's more. We're doing this show again, March 27th and the 28th at 7:30 p.m. at the Sandrell Theater. That's in Miami. You can go to, you can really search on Google, Blue Notes, Marlo Vashti. Go to Instagram, Marlo Vashti. We could do all the plug-in stuff later. But we're doing this show again. Same experience in a way, but different because it's live theater and we're adding new elements to it now that I'm really excited about. And tickets are only $25, which is great to see an amazing live show. And what else? You can get them online. You can get them at the box office.
Get them now.
Get them now.
Get them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and take a pause. Go on their Instagram.
Come on. Yeah. So go on my Instagram page. It's link in my bio, and then the website. We'll put the link in there for you also.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. And just how do you feel to have, just having your residency at this theater here in Miami and having two more shows and, a long-lasting relationship with them?
Yeah, okay, so I would love to thank Sandrell Theater for the opportunity, Fantasy Theater Factory, Miami-Dade County, Miami-Dade Cultural Affairs, and the Perez Foundation. So all of those organizations made this residency possible for artists like myself. So that's an amazing thing, and that's what we need more of. So I'm grateful for that, and this is my first residency of 2026. So I'm looking forward to more. I'm grateful for what this experience is teaching me, just in regards to producing, because I've produced my own events before, but this is another level, producing, directing, but also having a team. I have sound system, I have a sound technician, lighting designer. So all of that's really great. And they also, Fantasy Theater Factory, Sandrell Theater, they're an amazing space that has other live programming. That's really great for us to look at and check out. They have an amazing theater company that's based there called M Ensemble, and they're actually the first Black theater company in South Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It's amazing. Shout out.
Yeah, so there's so much rich culture and history in Sandrell Theater alone in that area. We're in Overtown, so it's just Black history on top of Black history. I love that I'm performing my show there. It's just real good stuff.
That's nice, y'all. And be sure to tap in. Y'all got the dates. Y'all know where to be.
Literally $25, $25. How easily we spend that on something that it's did I even enjoy that freaking meal that I ate? Was that drink worth $22?
Skinny Louie. Y'all know who y'all are. Who y'all are.
You see, I ain't even had to say it. What I'm saying, $25 to go sit in a room with people that you may know or have never met before, to have this specific, significant, intimate, like, you know, carefully created experience of live music, of theater. You're gonna laugh, you might feel a little emotional. It's good for us, especially I feel nowadays when it's like chaos, hellfire and fury everywhere.
I mean, we see it on the news, with your performance and like where we're currently at with this whole political climate and just the climate in general. Everything's just, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your goal with like your performance? Like, what do you want attendees to take away whenever they see you perform or go to the Blue Note Standards in Survival?
Oh man, thank you for that question. Most of all, I want people to specifically leave this show feeling moved at possibility and the power in possibility. I think right now, and I could speak for myself, there have been times considering the climate that we are in where it's like, how can I care about everything? Like, what can I do? Like, almost feel like the sense of giving up or not, like what really is possible, you know? And Nina, Ella, and Billie, when you learn about their stories, which really isn't talked about as much, Billie Holiday does have a great movie made about her that's really informative, but they experienced so much in their lives, and it's not even to compare the experiences, but it's just to recognize the power and possibility and pushing through. And I think that arts is such a special way to make people feel emotions when they've been maybe not too busy, too tired, to whatever the case may be. So I really do want to like move people. And I trust that whatever they need to take from the experience, like that's what they'll receive from it.
Yeah. No, that's well said. Well said.
Straight from the heart.
Oh yeah, you can hear it, y'all. Come, because in this times that we're in currently, we do need these escapes.
We need it. We need it. Like, we need the feel good things, and then we also do need to acknowledge it. So in my same show that I'm laughing and we're having a good time, you know, as Billie Holiday, and honestly as all the women, because it's their truth, I talk about lynchings, things, racism, the things that they were experiencing, because it is real in the midst of all the joy and the music and the glamour. This other side is still present. So it's like that balance and sitting with it for a good hour, you know, and then you leave with what you leave with, whether that be like, that trumpet player was damn, you know, like,
literally,
or the lighting design, or like that dress she had on. The dress was really great.
Y'all tap in. Y'all gotta tap in the dress.
I gotta tap into the dress.
Yeah, and like just going off my experience, it was amazing. Like,
thanks, I appreciate you showing up.
No, of course, and the singing, the feelings that you brought through your vocals, it just took you on a time machine back to like where those individuals were during that time period. And so it was great. It's very intimate walking through the crowd and stuff. Like,
it's gonna be more intimate. Like, y'all, if you feel a little shy, like, don't worry, I'm not gonna touch
not gonna
you.
bite you.
I won't bite hard.
She's like, I'm not gonna leap at you.
I'm gonna
leap jump
at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, we are in this, because that's what I love about theater. It's like, I can see you.
Yeah.
I can see you on your phone right now, or I can see you tearing up. Like, it's that visceral and real.
So, no, because now I'm like, how do you, like, when you see, like, the audience, the crowd, like, react to you, like, live, does that give you more of a push to be like, that's the target? Let me go more and go deeper in your
really
bag.
Give it to him. That's a great question. You know, I would say it does, to the extent where it's like, because we are all in this space together, I can and every actor will say this, we feel the energy of the audience. And most actors will tell you that they prefer an audience that's a little more vocal and responsive, because it's just like audible cues that you're with us and you're like locked in. So it's like,
Yep.
like all of that stuff. So that energy is it's like adds fuel. But the thing is, like when you're on stage, it's like you're holding on to a train that's going super fast with your bare hands. And it's like, that's how fast it is. Once those curtains go up, and same with singing live, like once your track begins, like that's it. You can't be like, oh, sorry guys, we're going to run this back because I accidentally put the cup in the wrong table or I hit my foot. Like, you just got to keep going. And so it's like we're moving on this train connected with the music or with the other actors, and then hearing the audience or seeing them respond is like, I kind of clock it. And I feel like it subconsciously adds to me is to the performance.
Like an outer body experience.
But
now
but
you're
not
like,
till after where I'm like, when you get off the stage, you're like, that's a good, like, that's a funny audience, or that's a good audience, or this audience real quiet. I feel like they're shy. Yeah, it's always a thing.
No, I feel like if I was in your shoes, I see somebody turn up, I'm about to start bawling, start going deep. That was nothing. There's more.
No,
There's more.
Just wait. There is the level of that. That's like a little quiet voice in the back, like, because I'm thinking about like when I do tours and like we're performing a show consistently, so it's really in our bodies. But yeah, it's like your brain is so trained on the story that like you might have that little voice that's like, oh yeah, they really ate up how I gave that line, or like they laughed or they said ooh, and I'm like back in my head.
You're like,
but I can't go too far with that. Like I can't hold on to that thought because again, every time it's like you're holding on to the train. Every time you think about a mistake, like, oh man, I messed up my line, and then I'm looking this way. You can't hear me on the microphone, right? I'm looking this way, and already I see that we've passed 3 lines ahead. Like the story's gonna keep going, the song's gonna keep going, and I'm back here thinking about, I messed up the line.
Yep. And
already
now,
7 lines ago. Like
it's a domino effect.
You
and
just got to
everything.
keep going.
Yeah.
You got to stay locked in. Acting's great to work on your forgiveness of yourself.
Well, that's a fact. Dang, no, that's amazing. And I love that just aspect of like acting itself, like where you really just captivate the audience. You really just make them like, oh my God, And so like, what's like some of your, I guess, acting inspiration, or like any singers out there that like really kind of inspire you, or like someone you aspire to like be, or even overpass and pass?
I would say some really inspiring folks in theater and acting would be somebody like Viola Davis, for example. She started off in theater, and she's an incredible film actress, but also like she is a theater girly foundationally. Yeah. And so I remember actually being in high school and like looking up videos of Viola Davis in theater, and one of the reasons being because like theater was like new. Like my parents weren't theater or artsy people, so it was a new art form to me, and what I had seen a lot of was mainly white, so I hadn't seen a lot of black women or black girls in that space. So Viola Davis was like a black woman presented to me, and she's incredible and very wise. So that's somebody who I really appreciate her craft and her work to the craft. And some other people that inspire me, Jennifer Lewis, another great actress, and also has her musical one-woman show, things that she did in the 80s on Broadway. Musically, from a young age, really loved Janis Joplin, who's like really blues, soulful singer from the 60s. And obviously my jazz girls, so Nina and Ella, Billie. But also people like Chance the Rapper. I think he's a great lyricist, and his mixtape 10 Day, Acid Rap.
Those are all great projects.
And those are very influential for me when I was in high school, like in terms of like having an artistic perspective on the world and having opinions and like having important things to say, and how can I communicate that through art. his music was really, oh wow, he does that so well. Yeah, there's just so much actually that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Erykah Badu, Sade, love their sound, grew up listening to them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are, well, you just named some legendary musicians.
I did, and I was like, let me stop, because I'm going to name a lot.
Yeah, and then you, Loki, introduced me to
Janis Joplin?
Yes.
Check her out.
Yeah, because you just literally,
Check her
I'm
out.
like, Janis Joplin.
I named the moon after her because I think she's like, how the moon is so beautiful. I think her voice sounds like that. Like, oh, so if you're curious, check out Janis Joplin. And then once you listen to one of her songs, you're going to go ahead and type in Marlo Vashti in whatever streaming platform you're listening to. Download my songs, Muse.
Plug it in.
Anything and all worked out.
And yes, and so you got the plug-in.
Right,
so
that's good.
Let's get it.
Okay.
The singing.
What?
You're singing.
Oh, yes, I am.
You sing.
Ah!
You got music out. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So how's that like being a songwriter and then releasing your music as well? Like what's the like the journey of you like creating your music and doing that songwriting for you? What does that look like?
So very interesting. Was it interesting? It's interesting to me because it's my life, so it should be. But
this is your episode.
Yeah.
Come on.
Whoa, and life is a movie. So what was the question?
Oh no.
Like,
so basically, like, what is the how do you begin your songwriting? Where's the inspiration behind it?
Yes. Okay, so the inspiration, the songwriting process. So, as I said, like Chance the Rapper, so his writing's very lyrical, poetic, and at that time I was a teenager. I began writing poetry and just small poems, and so a lot of my songwriting is old poems or poems that I have a poetic way of writing.
Mm-hmm.
It leans more storytelling. Like, I think I'm just now learning, or yeah, I guess I say more so learning or embracing the structure of like songwriting in terms of like
a story,
chorus, hook, verse, like all that stuff,
preludes, outros,
bridge. And I'm I'm not there yet, or like I just am learning. It's all still new to me. So my process is like, what story am I gonna tell? And I either hear the beat first, or I already have like a sentence or a poem or something that I want to speak about, and that's how I usually find them together. And I work with amazing creative people that constantly inspire me, and specifically shout out to Echo Slim, an amazing producer.
Shout out.
He's the producer of all 3 of the singles that I have out right now on streaming platforms, and they all give you different vibes. One I'm rapping on, the other is like avant-garde, ethereal, and then the other one is like neo soul, R&B.
See the mini bags that Marlo is like, come on, y'all, and I gotta do the mini bags, because look at that, like,
I love it.
3 singles that you have released that provide a different experience through 3 different genres. And so it just shows how versatile of a creative that you are and how you're not limiting yourself.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't want to anymore. Though I feel like the world is going to try to limit. There's so many, it'll try to limit me anyways. Like, there are so many factors in the society that we live in that, like, you have to pay bills. Like, there are limitations already on this experience. And so the ones that I create in my mind, like, I really want them to be conducive to a happy quality life. I don't want them to be limitations that make me miserable or uncomfortable, So yeah, all the things I love. Like, I got a song that sounds very country, and I'm like, I want to drop this song. Yeah, I appreciate it all.
Yeah, and it shows that you really enjoy what you're doing and you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I am.
You know what I'm saying? A country song? Hey, you got to send me the link. We may have to add it to the intro.
Like, you just never know.
Yeah. No, I love that. And it's just, you're like your free spirit. You're doing the thing, and appreciate it. Absolutely.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. You saying that.
Yeah, and so to anyone that's like to a younger version of yourself, or someone that is looking to aspire to be in the arts or get into acting, singing, what's some like words of advice you would provide them? Or like, yeah, some advice basically.
All right, so
get 'em.
You want to take a nice gander down the path of artistry or just doing anything you really love in general, or artistry? We're talking like the arts.
Artistry, yeah.
Okay, so the arts, it truly is something that you should love. And if you love it, then that is all the reason to pursue it to the best of your ability. And the best of your ability, the best of your capacity, because realistically, like, sometimes I have to prioritize how much of me and my time my art gets, because I have to do other things, unfortunately. But it's still worth it. It's a sacrificial experience. But if you have that in you, that love for it, I think it's worth it. And I think the beautiful thing about creating art is that it teaches you about yourself. And that's like, I've had such beautiful lessons I feel through going on stage and feeling nervous about myself, and like re-experiencing self-love, or having a really great moment with a scene partner and being there for somebody, having a true experience of community and collaboration. So yeah, my advice is that despite as difficult as it may be, because it really is a lot of hard work, sometimes more than it is like glamorous, it's important to pursue. Anyways, like, your message is important. The world needs more artists, and we have a responsibility.
Create.
Yeah, create, please. Yeah. Even if you're just going to color, which I got into recently.
Oh.
Coloring.
Get into it.
Just do it.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, no. And since we're on the topic of just like giving advice to people younger who are just looking to and are aspiring to get in the arts, how has like your upbringing influenced like who you are as a creative and just you?
My upbringing has definitely impacted me in a positive way, I feel, in my artistry. I grew up in a Cuban Haitian household, and though neither of my parents are artists, my dad would play a lot of music in the house. Like, he would play his salsa music. My mom would play like some Sade or soca, or what's that woman? Leanne Womack. That's where I get my little country from. But I grew up they were very supportive. And one thing that especially my dad, stressed to me was the importance of education. He was like really a big stickler on education. So I think that really sparked a natural curiosity in me as a child, which allowed me to, even though I was shy, to try things like acting. And moving on to like high school and really getting ready for college, like, they supported my decision in pursuing theater at a university level, to the point where I went with my dad to New York for auditions, like, did the whole thing, and that was possible. I didn't pay for that. Like, that was my parents really believing in me, and it definitely adds to just how seriously I take this, because I know that there's people who are really believing in me, and my parents specifically have invested so much. They came from real poverty and like worked their way up. And so it's like, I do feel the obligation to be even greater because of what they have given me. So yeah, it really has helped to like have them show up to my performances and things like that. Like, that's a huge blessing.
Row for you.
Yes, they were front row on my Blue Note show. So that's something very special. And they, helped with that too, like in their own ways that they can. And I'm super appreciative of that. And that made a huge difference.
Yeah. Shout out to the parents and
shout out to my parents.
Yep. Shout out to them. And I know you mentioned, just auditioning for, a show in New York. Mm-hmm. What's some of your, well, I'm talking New York since I mentioned New York. What's like your favorite theater, like show up there, or Broadway, that you just want to, your favorite Broadway show in general.
Oh my gosh. Well, my favorite.
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, hey, so I don't know if that's still on Disney Plus, but that was a good show, and I did see that. I saw it when they came down to the Broward Center. It was, I think, a high school graduation gift. So, yeah, 2016. Wow. But my favorite, I would have to say, like, oh my gosh. Okay, there's only one play coming to my mind, and it's a play that I've done before, and it was on Broadway a few years ago for not as long as it should have been. It's called For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough by Ntozake Shange. And it's a great play about 7 different black women, lady in red, lady in green, lady in purple, lady in yellow. It's very poetic. It's about all their different experiences as women, and it's so beautiful. I've done the production once in college. I was in it. I would love to do it again. I would love to see it. I would love to direct it. It's just a great show. Most people are familiar, or a lot of people are familiar with Tyler Perry's adaptation.
Oh, okay.
His film adaptation of it.
And did the adaptation kind of meet like the show itself, or Tyler did his own spin? Pretty sure he did though.
So I think that film adaptation is one of Tyler's best works. Period.
Drop the bomb. Where was the bomb?
I think. Yeah.
Oh. Hell no! Actually, that one.
So, I do like that one. I think that's some of his best work, but also, it's different. It's different from the play for sure. Mm-hmm. But he does tie into some of the play, but it's more movie-like, and it is leaning more like, yeah. So it's different. I would recommend checking it out. Okay. There's some good performances in it, but what's more, I think, amazing is the actual play that he adapted it from, which is it's a choreo poem, to be exact. So that means that all of the monologues in it are poems. They're written in a poetic style, and it's intended to be portrayed with a lot of movement. And it's up to the directors and the creators how they want to paint that picture. But it's so good.
Now I got to tap it.
Yeah, you do.
You'll get an update from me soon.
All right.
She's like, homework. Go watch it. Yeah, and so since we're towards the tail end of the podcast, what is, right? Boo!
No.
Boo! Where's the...
Oh, hell no! That's fine! Hell no!
We're spamming this today, y'all. But
yeah, we getting into the sound. Okay.
Literally. And so what is your creative purpose?
My creative purpose is truly to continue to share what I have to offer inside of me. Okay, so that looks like continuing to be my authentic self, to show up as me, Marlo, to highlight important things that I care about. Like, I think that this art is such a great gift and privilege and responsibility, as I had mentioned. So my creative purpose really is tied to how it impacts other people. Not necessarily from a validating standpoint of like, was it good enough, but did it make you feel something, and what did that feeling do for you? Or yeah, did I bring up something important? So I think my creative purpose is to have an intentional impact, no matter what, and do it with excellence. Because really, also, I'm here for the representation of it all. Yeah. I love that I'm a Black woman doing these things. I love that I'm doing it with my natural hair, my afro, my glasses. Like, that's awesome for me. That was something that I wish I had seen when I was younger. But it's okay that I didn't, because I can be that now.
Yeah. No, that's real. Now I have to ask, well, applause first. That was so well said. And now we're not going to end the episode because I want to get further into that topic.
Okay, let's get into it.
You beautifully mentioned, like, there's not as much, people of color or representation in the art space or in theater. So, like, how do you feel? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, today, present day today, do you see more of that, or is there still a lack of representation?
I would say, specifically speaking in the theater world, I would say there's more representation than I feel like there has ever been in terms of theater. There's a lot of great performers and shows that are much more diverse. But honestly, that's me talking about like the Broadway, the newer shows, okay? But I think still theater as a whole, the arts is the American theater canon. The American theater canon, I think that is very whitewashed. My going to school, I went to a PWI,
Yep.
and our curriculum was very all white playwrights.
Yeah.
Our school did not do any shows by black playwrights until I did for Colored Girls, and that was a student-chosen, student-directed production. But until then, our program had not had any plays by a black playwright, and now they might like maybe didn't have the students or whatever the reason may be. It's like it's Boca Raton, and there's plenty of like what's the disconnect? But that's not a isolated incident, or it's just specific to that institution. This is like a systemic thing with theater. So that is something that I do see more efforts in representation, but we could do better, especially South Florida theater. I'm really grateful for some of the companies down here that do different work, that are mindful, that do lead with diversity and just inclusion, because the gift of theater and like storytelling is like, I want to go to a play and see people who look like me or look like people that I see every day in the streets. And there was very often in theater, you will only see a certain type of look. Very conventionally attractive. Like, we're not just talking about race. We're talking about, like, how tall are you? If you're a man, how thin are you? If you're a woman, gender identity. So it's like all these things that are really antiquated and dated that hold back, I think, the art of theater from reaching the masses the way it can. So there's still work to be done. And that's why I definitely encourage, especially people of color, black people who are interested in theater, to continue to pursue and push. Like, and if you're watching this, then there's some way that you can reach out to me, because now you like on social media or something. Like, there are different resources and access to find out, because it can feel like a niche thing. Like, how do I hear about auditions? I felt like that at one point until you like find the community. So the community is growing. I'm liking that, but I think there's definitely still more work to be done for sure. South Florida theater and across the board. But that looks like us doing it. And also shout out to, we have Bravo Theater Company, Art Prevails Project, M Ensemble. Like, those are great black theater companies that shout out produce to work here locally.
Those collectives, those companies are important because, you know, they're providing a platform and an opportunities as well. So shout out to you guys.
Yes, definitely. And that matters. And there's just a lot of great resources. Shout out to New City Players, also another great professional theater company that I feel like is one of the, well, we honestly, we've had some more theater companies coming out these past few years, like doing more new work, but New City Players is another great space that's diverse, does new work, different work. And when I say new work, that means we're moving beyond the same musicals and stories that have been dated and that
done before,
have been done before, that are saying the same stories, that are giving us the same tropes, the same.
You guys, they're providing something fresh.
There's something fresh, something interesting, things that make you think, things that question, like that relate. Like that's the theater is so good. Like, let's take it full advantage of it. You know, there's a place for everything, but not racism, not keeping people out, not gatekeeping.
No, That's amazing. And shout out to all those companies and collectives because you are providing a kid a dream. Yeah. Giving them a chance. Yes. A shot to shoot.
Yeah. And it don't matter how old you are, when you want to start. Like, I say just do that thing for real. I know Ali said that in one of your podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, just do it. Shout out to Ali Wisdom, another
Shout
great
out Ali, yep. Shout out Ali, man.
Yeah.
Great guest, too. And you can see the community of, like, creatives that we have here on the podcast and the people here. They're just
good people.
Good people.
Good
creating
eggs.
Good eggs in the basket. Like, and, again, they're doing the dang thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I mean, this episode itself, we could go on for another couple minutes. What song is that?
On and On, but I didn't really do it all the way.
Oh, what song is it? But, like, On and On. We could keep going on and on, but, Marlo, do you have any final statements or anything you want to share to our viewers?
Thank you for tuning in. I'm so grateful to be on this podcast. This is very exciting. I love this show, so it's cool to be on it.
Oh, thanks.
Right? Please come check out my show, Blue Notes, Standards and Survivals at the Sandrell Theater. That's going to be March 27th and the 28th. Tickets are only $25. And you know what? Don't put this in the little clip when you do the promo stuff. This is for the people who watch it.
Got him.
So if you watch this.
And this will be out weeks before the show.
Right. So then you can put that discount code JAZZLO, JAZZLO, for a little extra off.
Yep. Y'all heard it. Y'all made it. Y'all got this far into the video.
No,
goes a treat.
Shout out to you if you got this far into the video.
Oh my God. With that being said, Miss Marlo, thank you for being on the podcast. We appreciate the work you're doing. Your residency is amazing, and we look forward to what else you create and the events that you do throughout 2026 and beyond. So thank you again. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. And with that being said, you guys, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Serious Podcast. Right. Subscribe on YouTube. Spotify, be on the lookout for that episode upload and Apple Music. And with that being said, peace.
Later.